Honey girl, beautiful soul, extremely blessed to have you. We're gonna go outside pretty soon, honey baby. Oh, love you, baby. You're such a cutie pie. So, I'm not one to look into the mirror. Sometimes I don't like what's looking back at me. But, it's just a good way to kind of, like Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror, make that change. It's difficult, man. It's difficult to make that change. But if there's something that you're doing that is affecting you negatively, just with anything, there's a couple things I need to change. Well, the first thing, it's still kind of like hard to change it. It's just like to not enable others to, take, advantage of our good nature. That's why I say that if I like somebody, I'll help them, but if I don't, then I won't. And if we all helped each other more and people didn't take advantage, it's just people get jaded to people taking advantage and they don't, which is true. I've had a lot of people take advantage and I'm just trying to see good in them. And some people just don't want to be good. There's givers and takers. So, and also, just far as got to let that shit go. It's in the past. That was always hard, difficult thing to do. But if you don't let it go, it's going to like weigh you down. It's just like I have so many different backpacks for my tools, for working, and then for hiking, for Honey Girl and myself. And sometimes I just travel light because, I just, the best tool on your body is your mind, your brain. So you have to do, I call it maintenance, clear the cache and up the trash bin of your mind. Because if you don't, like your phone, it's not going to work. So I also realized that I needed to quit drinking Coca-Cola. It's not really good. It eats out the enamel on your teeth, which I'm, starting to happen a little bit. But I mean, I drink a shit ton of Mountain Dew because I was working like 75 to 120 hours a week just to keep, my mind occupied on working because, that way it's kind of kept it dormant as far as the, bipolar. And then, it just eventually came out. And then now it's just kind of like just trying to, positive vibes, PAW, positive vibes. And just kind of realizing that, you really only have the day. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So you got to make that change. So we're going to go and talk to the guy and probably just, rent that room. Because, I don't really have any other options. And with it's Honey Girl and myself, it's a package deal, and I got us into this hole. Whether it was preventable or not. The only way it could be preventable is to focus more on yourself. And I thought that was self-absorption. So, only reason I'm on here is to hopefully share, our story and our life world and just our adventures, whatever we're doing. And hopefully somebody will see it and go like, well, if that guy's doing it, hey, I can do it too. Because I see other people's stuff and I'm like, well, that, makes me laugh and smile. And, so, that's the biggest thing, money cannot, buy you happiness. It affords happiness, but there's a lot of people with a ton of money that aren't happy. And, in the end, you can't take the money with you, like they say, and people are going to come and get your money that didn't even visit you when you were alive. So you got to realize that it's priceless. Time's priceless. And my whole thing is I've wasted time on individuals that kept being, like assholes. And I just close that circle. I say, cut the cancer and get rid of it. Cause it'll affect you. And, in math, they say 2 negatives equal a positive, but just in reality, it's another negative. So if you want to be part of that situation, you got to flow be like water, our friends. You got to flow, lead it or go with it. Like you go to a river. I tell people take a hike. Actually go out and take a hike, put your hand in the water, take it out, put it back. You're never going to touch the same water again. So, you just keep on going, keep on flowing. Body in motion stays in motion till it's put at rest. So, but you gotta every once in a while check out, and you gotta brain tenants And like with Honey Girl and myself, I just, you know, once in a while get a motel. Hopefully, when we get this place today, it's looking pretty good. I mean, the guy called us, messaged us back that owns it and said, did we want it? And after I said that maybe it was too far up, and now I'm just like, fuck it. I mean, I'm just going to take it because I'm just sick and tired of like, being in a vehicle. And, it's hard to make other things happen when you don't have a physical location. So pretty, I mean, it's like puppy paw steps, right, Honey Girl? Just, you got to keep on rocking, It's just LIVIN, You just got to keep on keeping on, and you got to do it, because my reason is Honey Girl. So I'm just enjoying the time that I have with her because, I mean, anything can happen. So I just feel like, I've made a lot of rash decisions thinking that the situation I was in was going to change. And that includes, being in relationships. That includes like places I've worked. When I work, I burn the bridge. If somebody bothers me, I just burn it. And then that, it's not a good idea, but just that's who I am. And like with family relationships, boom, it's gone. I don't really need that kind of negativity because it'll drag you down. And you'll kind of look back and you go, man, I wasted all this time. But, again, I look at beautiful memories and, with Honey Girl, I keep all my phones because my pups and, other pictures. And, we've had possum adventures. And, if all this shit didn't happen to me mentally, I would have never had all this stuff. We have been so many places. And I tell you what, I mean, that is fucking priceless.